Hello, Holy One. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good because I get to hang out with you on my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Oh, yeah. And
Oh
more.
my goodness, that was incredible. And it's the first birthday song I got today. So
Oh, you're
look at
kidding.
there you
Oh, my
go.
goodness.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Oh, I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm so excited to be here. Yeah, I was reading your one of your last shares. Your pod's been jumping over there with so many good shares. But I was reading one of the last ones, I think, where you said you tried to do more than you maybe should have sooner. And you felt it, it was apparent, and that you kind of had to deal with something to do with like feeling bad for all the help you were getting. Like you're used to the one being one that gives the help. You're the one that I can remember how many times you went to your mom's to take care of her. You help your daughter. You're always the one giving help. But I loved how you masterfully conveyed you understood the message, or you were landing the message, you were getting the message.
I've gotten lots of messages.
Now, let me ask you this, though. Let me ask you
There's
this.
a storm of messages.
And, no judgment at all. I'm just curious. I'm really curious because you have been connecting with, leaning into, and allowing and trusting yourself at new levels and wanting to get the messages and reset the programs and change the algorithm per se as to what messages come in, right?
Right.
So you've been working on that for a while, and there's a lot of massive changes that are acknowledgeable, but actually being like, I'm available. Like, let me just get this message. Let me just get it in this package. Is
Yeah.
that running?
Yeah. And, you know, I think in the past, before Acasma, I would have really beat myself up about this whole thing. Even though I couldn't see the hole because it was filled with leaves, I had told Frank just like 2 days before that we really needed to watch out for the holes in the woods. And then the next day I said, and I really need to not be wearing these shoes when we're walking. But I could feel my ankle rolling a little bit, but they're so easy to slip on. And they just like have a little zip up side, the little ankle winter boots.
So there were a lot of messages
Yeah,
prior to this one.
yeah.
Okay, but here's something interesting. You may have already thought of this as well. You know me, my mind just does these things, right? With the information. Okay, so if you were sending yourself basically warning signs, right? Would you count them as warning signs? Change your shoes, watch out for
I
the
think that was
terrain.
my future self, my higher self, like having these little conversations. And I was acknowledging them. I just
Right, but you weren't
wasn't
like
following through.
getting, yeah, okay. So
I told
here's
Frank, I said I was telling Frank the messages I was getting back.
But you weren't listening. Oh my God, that's a message in itself, right? Okay, so here's this really cool thread, though, that's in there that I'm thinking about. That means, yes, you were ready to not have to align the accident. Because sometimes you can't find any, yes, you can't find any signs coming in prior to the space. It just comes out of nowhere. You know, those kind of things, they just show up out of nowhere. You didn't see them coming, blindside, whatever, right? But to have the messages come in that were kind of your way of warning yourself, trying to warn yourself, even though you didn't listen to them, there is like a value in knowing you were sending them,
Oh yeah. I
right?
yes, I still think about that. I mean, to me, that's one of the most amazing things about this whole process is that I was sending myself messages and I was hearing them, but it doesn't do any good to hear a message if you're not going to follow through with it.
Yeah, it's the implementation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but then there's a message in that of moving forward, trusting your intuition even more, being more present with what do I want to do with what my intuition's telling me, right? As I'm sure you've already played that song over in your head. I want to go to the space of the not wanting to be helped if it's okay. We talked about it a little bit prior to coming on the call. Because I think that's a really big space for a lot of people.
Especially women.
It's a space of almost you feel like you're doing something wrong. You're, dropping the ball. You're not enough if you can't at least hold up your end of it. And for anybody who doesn't know what happened, Janet Kate stepped into a hole and fractured her heel, if I remember the wording correctly. Fractured her heel.
Sprained my ankle really severely and fractured my heel.
Yeah. So you're like in a boot, like a orthopedic boot, protective boot from like below the knee, right below the knee down all the way. Um, and anybody that knows you, this is just out of love, please, to add to the understanding of the enormity of this situation in a sense. Janet Kate is not a big broad woman. She is you have a stature to yourself that's very healthy, but it's not like it's second nature for you to lug around that big boot. I mean, my goodness, I
Yeah,
think it's like half the size of you in a sense.
it is. It's heavy. It's
Yeah.
surprisingly heavy.
Yes. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So, okay, what leg was it again? Refresh my memory.
Of course, it was my right leg. And there was a whole bunch of messages in that too.
And I mean, like, I'm coming from, we're very close. You and I are very close, and we've been very close for many years now. So I kind of have insights and understandings that a viewer on YouTube and our community is not necessarily going to have, right? But I know you share a lot in your pod, the Beacons of Love pod. It's a spiritual community we hold, and Janet Kate is one of the leaders. So that's a free spiritual community space that we offer. You share a lot there, so your members might be picking up on this, but your summer trip, you went on the big camping trip across many states. There was so much expansiveness there and so much release, I thought, from your words.
Yeah.
Do you see the relationship to the leg as well in connection with like spaces? I know I'm not trying to make fun puns here. I really think there's messages in all of this, but you're not walking the same way you used to walk. And honestly, after this, you reset yourself in a sense. Like you're going to have to like kind of get back into the,
Oh yeah.
way you walk and rehabilitate yourself to walk and step forward in your life. This is the year of the horse. You keep sharing that in the chat as well, right?
I
Horses
heard
represent freedom and movement and, that
independence.
strength forward.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm
I
talking a lot. I'm going to do better at this. Tell us
want you to talk. I
your
want to hear you
you
talk.
everybody always says it's okay. Keep talking.
Interviewing you.
But I feel like, it's all connected, right? And I know it is, but what would you share that you feel might be helpful to somebody who's navigating the space of allowing help, allowing allowing themselves to receive help?
Well, I would say that guilt is probably the first obstacle to work through. And it's winter, although we're having a really mild winter, but Frank has been spending this time of year, he spends a ton of time like cutting up trees that have fallen. And we've had a lot of trees that have fallen over the last several years because we heat with a wood stove.
Hmm.
And so he's pretty exhausted by the end of the day. By the time he comes in and fixes lunch for us and then goes back out and does the wood, he walks the dog, both times during the day, and he feeds the dog, and you know, he sweeps the floor. It's having to do it all. But I will say that I'm seeing a nurturing side of him that I didn't know was there too. I mean, a real, like more of a, like a womanly kind of a nurturing, you
That's
know?
the balance. That's the divine masculine, divine feminine in all of us being given the opportunity to balance, right? No matter what biological structure we come in as or format we hold, we're balancing these spaces of ourselves. So I love that you're even picking up on that and holding the connection of the right leg, the connection of your availability to move the way you view men and the connection of men and you, because I think that's been something that's been moving energetically for you for years.
Yeah.
Um,
Still
and
moving,
then
still moving.
but here's the thing is, are you acknowledging the man is doing the woman things to care for you in a sense? We call them woman things, but they're really not. They're everybody's things,
Every day.
right?
Yes. I mean,
But
if I wasn't here, he'd be doing it for himself. But
exactly. But you're allowing because you're being forced to. But maybe that's why you're being forced. I mean, we don't have to figure it all out. And we don't have to have a reason for every single little thing. But
well,
I do like, I'm okay with looking for messages, right?
yeah. Well,
Um,
another message I feel like is, so I'm right-handed. So my right side is just normally stronger than my left side, you know. So that's my male side, which is really bizarre because of all the male stuff I'm always working through. But so my left side, my feminine side, I'm like, I could already tell, this has been 3 weeks, I could already tell a big difference between my left leg and my right leg. My
because you're
left
having
leg
to
is a lot
compensate.
firmer. My
Yeah.
right leg is a lot, and my age is a lot flabbier looking. It's a lot looser. And so it's just really interesting seeing like me develop my left side more as well.
And for anyone who's hearing this and you're not picking up on this, let's allow, as Janet Cate's acknowledging physical body, muscle mass, health of the body as it's compensating for the right not being able to do what it usually does, the right side of her body not being available as it usually is. This is a direct reflection, the way we teach, the way we understand, of also her energy. So this is connected to Janet Cate's essence, her consciousness, her soul inside of her format that is beyond feminine and masculine, but comes in as wholeness, comes in as origin, and in a human existence, then moves in through masculine and feminine flow states. And some people tend to be more comfortable with masculine traits, and some people with feminine traits. And it's not so much a biological thing as much as it is an energetic thing. And so being balanced is when the body and the being are able to allow all of their alignments more equality. So I think, that's maybe not always easy to see when something happens. We just think, I just stepped in a hole. I just hurt my right foot, lady. Like, why do you have to make it into more? But when we understand this concept, the teachings, the availability of the way energy produces a physicality, the energy moves from a wave to a form, and the right heel is a form-based reference point where the energy brought forth the message. Is this making some sense in some way?
Yeah, and also I have always considered that I have myself more warrior kind of energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
And that energy is really,
Yeah, that's even
it's
more
not there
difficult.
very much right now.
That's more difficult to accept help.
Yeah,
Warriors do not like to accept help
yeah.
because they're the one that is usually doing the protecting, the guarding, the fighting for, the standing up for. And so now, and honestly, if you even think about some of the words, standing up for, right?
Yeah.
And yes,
Oh, we can write a whole book about all of the
yeah.
metaphors
So
for all of this.
yeah. So I think it's fascinating. And I love that Frank is with you and he is such a beautiful soul. And even I know I call her this and it's not her name, but it's okay. You and I know, and that's all that needs to understand it really. But even Nova Venus, I feel like she's contributing. There
Right
she is.
there, hanging out with me.
She's contributing. I feel like, she's anchoring healing energy
She
around you.
is. She's
Yeah.
just always in here with me when I'm in the bed, and
Mm.
she's been real sweet. She doesn't like that I've taken up the couch because I can't sit up on the couch very long. I have to like kind of swing my legs up and elevate them. And she's not happy not to be able to sit on the couch. We don't have a big couch. She's had to adjust, but boy, when she is like right up here next to me when I'm in bed, she's just been real sweet.
Yeah. I really feel like
I'm
she's
really aware.
anchoring.
I'm really aware of her energy.
Yeah, she's anchoring
For-
healing
yeah.
around you. Our animals are such incredible allies. They really are. And even our grandkids, our children, like these are all connection flow points that, in one way or another, I believe, agreed to join us.
I
Agreed.
agree 100%.
Yeah.
And when we were at my daughter's for Christmas, I really felt like I did a lot of healing just being around,
Mm.
so much positive, wonderful energy and everyone being so happy. But then
And
I go on.
didn't your gra- granddaughter redo your boot?
Yeah,
Like jazz you up?
yeah, she jazzed me up.
That's a,
I look at that boot. When the nurse brought it in, I said, "No rainbows?" And she said, "What?" And I said, "Never mind." It's just this big black boot.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
texted my granddaughter and I said, "Would you like to help? Would you like to help personalize my boot?" She said, "Sure." So she
Oh.
did.
And that's so beautiful on so many levels. And even that, like, yes, the vibration of the energy of decorating it is, I think, a level of healing.
It is, and I've been thinking a lot about that because I've been thinking a lot about love during all this, like loving myself and being loving to other people, even though I may not feel that loving towards them. And when we got to their house, she brought this little box out and she said, "Now, Grandjan, I got this box of these. They're not stickers, they're more like these patches." She said, "I have these patches and I don't know what to do with them, but they remind me of you. And so if it's okay, I'm going to use them." So they're all about love and kindness. Like this one
Oh,
says, "Kindness matters." And one said, "Love is always the answer, no matter the question." And then there's like, anyway, there's four of them. And they're all about love and being kind. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so sweet.
and what a testament to your example
Yeah, it made me
that
feel good.
when she saw those, she thought of you.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I felt pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So all right, like I was looking at something I found it interesting. I was like, I wonder how long Janet Kate has been a leader of light because you're a leader of light in the beacons of love, Acasma pod of light, the spiritual community. So do you remember? I went and looked. I had to look because I wasn't sure, and I was like, wow, look at us go.
I want to say 4 years, or is it five?
This is year 5. Yeah, so you're right. 4 years. This is year 5 because it was 21. It was 2021 when at least that's when you went on. That's when you went on Discord. I went to look when you started because I was like, that'll tell me because I'm sure she was not there before this.
There were like I was a co-leader for a while. There were several of us.
Yes, yes, there were. We had
Robin
like
and
4 or 5
Meredith
pods
and
in the beginning.
yeah,
Yeah. And then
and
it honed down to 2.
yeah,
And
and
it was
Meredith
you and Holly for a while.
and me and
And
Holly.
then Kirsten, oh, I think Susie came in first. I think Susie did a pod for a little
Yeah,
while.
she did first.
And she had a lot of
She
people.
was yeah.
She had more, she had a couple people from Brazil in her pod as well. And then Kirsten came in. And then Holly merged over to you. And so we've had a lot of like movement and growth and shifts, but we haven't missed a beat. We've been playing the same drum and the same strong song, I think, since the beginning. And I'm so grateful for that. I look at it now, the community, it's so big and so strong and vibrant.
So much.
And I remember the day when I would speak as if and state, just keep posting, just keep going in there.
Well,
And
I've
you
been
didn't give
watching
up.
the goddess course. Like I think the first time you taught it, there were just I don't know, like 8 maybe, something like that. Right?
Yeah, I think we had a couple people that didn't come to the lives because of where they lived, time zone wise. We were like they were asleep when we were doing the course. I think total we had 12 the
And now there's
first.
how many so far?
Um, I would have to count to be sure, but I
I
think
think it's at least 23 or 24.
yeah, I think we might be around 25 or so right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, yeah, no.
And probably more will.
And the
Yeah.
outreach is, when you think about what they'd have to do to find it, it's not like it's advertised on TV or like, you know what I mean? Like you have to have a connection point to one of my sites or somebody in our direct community to find it or information about it. So that in itself speaks volumes of, you know, the movement and the growth. So I'm very grateful for it. I'm very grateful. The new book is out. I showed this one to you already. This was the goddess that we brought in, the
Mhm.
new goddess book. So I'm
Yeah, I
super
love
excited
that.
about that. But this delivered yesterday, hot off the presses, literally. So this is the new,
Oh, I like that.
it's the new AQE book.
I
It's called
like
The
it.
Guide to Acasma Quantum Energy, which will help people find it better because the other one, it's beautiful, but it's called AQE Foundations. And, a lot of people, they're searching Acasma or something like that. So I think that'll help with them finding it. And
That's
then
the right part.
it's in a workbook format. So it has like lined pages for notes and then it's just it's
Nice.
yeah, I redid the layout completely. So the information is still there from foundations because that's what it's about. But I like laid it out differently so it feels a bit more coherent to me. I feel like it flows a little bit better. And I added about I think AQE Foundations was 42,000 words. The new book is like 52 or 53,000. So I think I added about 10,000 words. So there's stuff in here that wasn't in the other one. I share a little bit more about Dirk and myself in here.
I love that. I love you and Dirk.
Oh, thank you. We love you and Frank.
Oh, thank you.
For anybody that doesn't know, this is my best friend. It's my bestie. We've seen a lot of spaces together.
We have. We
We have
certainly
seen
have.
a lot of spaces together. So I'm excited. I'm excited for all the spaces we're continuing to walk together. I'm so grateful to be doing it with you. Our trip in Sedona was so fun. I loved that. I loved everything we did there, and then how we got to go have dinner together, just the two of us. Well, with our Frank and our Dirk, but That
They're
was
having
nice.
their own conversation.
I know it was so funny because even the table, did you notice that? I think it was two tops that got put
Oh, is that what it
together.
was put together? No, I didn't pay. I didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
And so it ended up being you and I at our little two top and them at theirs. And they were just going at it, talking.
Yeah,
They were having,
they didn't even pay any attention to us, and we didn't pay any attention to them.
yeah. No, it's so fun. They get along so well.
They do. I love it.
Yeah. So that's nice. And it gives us a little bit of time together here and there throughout the year. So guess what I thought about the other day that we hadn't talked about in a while, but I'm excited and I'm open to wherever we put it. But remember we were talking about doing that neurographic art space as well.
Mhm.
So I think, we'll just kind of see how the next couple of months go and then we'll touch base again and we'll figure out where. But I think that's going to be something everybody really, really benefits from and enjoys because we did a snippet of it in a sense in summer camp,
Yeah.
yeah, Acasma summer camp, but it was probably, one of the, if not the main, the points most people really connected with. I mean,
I was so pleasantly surprised by that. And everyone's art was just amazing. I mean, it really reflected who they are, and I was just so honored by the whole thing. It was way more than I ever expect. I didn't know what to expect. So it was, but it it was very satisfying. I'll just say that. I loved it.
oh,
I loved how people just took it and ran with it and did it, because
yeah.
that's what it's all about. It's not, it's about individual growth and expansion. And it's
It
beautiful.
it was fascinating too. I mean, it doesn't surprise us because we're used to this by now, the connectivity of our messages we create and send ourselves and confirmations. But like Kirsten taught on neuro pathways
And it was
and,
a perfect segue.
and then
Yeah, I loved it.
neurographic art came in with you. And I even loved, and I don't know the specifics of it. You teach it, and it's your thing. But I was the one bringing in Acasma quantum energy teachings to all the spaces to just infuse them with that availability of our higher mind and higher heart. And I loved that I think you and I talked about this already. We might have mentioned it in summer camp, but the points that the lines make in the neurographic art. Do they have a term that you use or?
It's just softening where everything intersects. And some of them look like, if they come in the right way, they look just like the cosmic star.
They do. And when I remembered you saying something about the softening thing, right? And I just was like, oh, that's so beautiful to think because we talk about how across the board, no matter what, working with a cosmic quantum energy, you're giving yourself the opportunity to change your mind. You're giving yourself the opportunity to change your mind on how you see yourself into a level that maybe holds more self-love, more self-worth, more self-patience, whatever, and also how you see the world around you. So to think that the points of reference that in the neurographic art teachings, between the neurographic pathways, I guess maybe it's okay to say.
Interesting part about that a cosmic star where the lines intersect is that, I did a short video for the campers, kind of just briefly showing them what they could start thinking about. And I just did like a little example. I didn't realize it until I was doing the video. And I'm talking and I'm looking down, I'm thinking, oh my God, that's the cosmic star. But I didn't say that. I just like acted like I knew that that's what it was to begin with.
Oh, that's so cool. I love
But it
it.
was. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cool.
And I couldn't not see it. Like then
Yeah.
it just
Once you
stood
see it,
out. A lot of the students were putting it somewhere in the art. They
yeah.
would put one of the Acasma quantum energy keys. I think a lot of people liked the peace and balance one,
Yeah, that's
or
real popular.
root. I saw that in quite a few. Root reconnection, earth reconnection key. So that was really beautiful as well. But I mean, not only was the art visually beautiful and the connectivity of the teachings of Acasma being given the opportunity, because if you think about it, by presenting it with, yes, the ability to convey it through art, yes, it was being given another level of forming into the now. So it can be in our heads and in our hearts and the understanding factor. And then, like you were talking about, it doesn't do any good if you just understand it. It does you even better when you listen. You put into motion what you understand, right? But then another layer is this art. Like it's providing yet more availability for this higher space of consciousness in the now. Does this make sense?
Mhm.
And so watching people do that, that was a huge part of it. But then there was this other layer, and it was then people would write in and tell of, in this, we're talking about the chat, the group chat, they would write in and they would say about some life changing space that, like, they knew it was because they did the art, like because they drew it and they worked with that space of themselves and they brought in this connection of higher consciousness, a cosmic quantum energy into the space. They could see the shift in their physical life. Do you remember some of those, or?
We focus on expands. That's really what it's all about is, manifesting, making changes that you want to make in your life. And yeah, it's just so interesting. And it doesn't always happen with like one drawing, but um, yeah, I've read stories of people that it's pretty interesting
It
what
is,
how
yeah.
people can attract that into their life. And I think a lot of it is, well, there's just, I think there's so many layers of that. But like there's the focus, there's like the intersection, that softening of the crossroads, where it kind of softens the movement. And yeah, it was just very interesting. And I had so much fun watching everyone's drawings as they posted them. And I'm like, because some people are like, I am not naturally artistic in drawing. And
Me neither, yeah.
and so mine is always abstract or stick figures or something. We have some very, 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 very talented people in Acasma. And so they took it to whole new levels, I was just fascinated by it.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
beautiful. It's really beautiful. Um, and I think people are still doing, I think that chat is still open and going. And I think some
Okay.
people are still sharing in there. I didn't want to close it because I could see people were still really enjoying it. So I think I left it open. Yeah, we themed it 80s. So
Yeah.
that's why she's stating this 80s thing. We
Yeah.
themed the camp 80s. And you were like, I don't really know the music. I don't really know.
I was like,
I didn't do my
why
hair like
are we
that.
having summer camp about the 80s? I like the 80s, honestly, were like not my favorite. It was not my favorite decade. I'm
So
like,
did
okay.
and so then you navigated, you allowed.
I did. I did.
And did
I
you have
faked
fun
it
at
till
the
I
end of it?
made it.
Yeah, that's it, right? It's a choice. It's a choice. We
Yeah.
talk about that all the time. Come from the as if that you want to see, because whatever as if you're doing is the, reflection. It's the, way it's going to land.
There are
So,
so many people that are of that era, though, including you
yeah.
and the Cosmo. And I'm just fascinated by that. And so for me, it was just so like I couldn't help but get caught up in everyone's joy about it all because everyone except for me knew all the 80s songs and they were always posting them. And everyone was like so excited about the songs. I'm like, it was infectious. You just can't like, be a summer camp Scrooge the whole time. Yeah. You gotta just go with the flow. So yes,
Yeah.
so then I got it was fun. Like experiencing everyone else's joy.
Yeah, I get it. We had fun. We had fun. So we'll do the neurographic art course. We'll just give everybody a heads up. It will be coming in 2026, but we'll just see. Maybe it'll end up being like in fall or something where it maybe will fit a little bit easier with everything else. We've got AQE starting at the end of January in just a few weeks. I'm only running it one time a year, so this is it. If you want to get into AQE with me, Acasma Quantum Energy Foundations course, January 31st we start it. And then Goddess is going right now, but it officially, first class starts, I think it's March 1st. It's the first Sunday of March. And we've got Conscious Life Expo in February.
It'll be here before you know it.
I know. I'm so excited. And did you see I'm going to be on that panel?
Yes.
I'm so excited. It's all about AI and humanity, and I'm so excited to talk about it.
It's so interesting. You're the only woman on that panel.
And what about the timing though? Like, isn't that a cool message?
Yes, yes, it
Like,
is. With the Goddess Rising course and everything.
yeah, because this is the first year I'm teaching it live again since it came out in 22. I haven't taught it live. It's only been video only, replay, and a lot of people took it over the years in the video space and they loved it, but I felt like we're at another level and it was time to come back in and show up and do it live. And I also launched the Rise of the God. So I got the book coming in 26, Rise of the God, Return of the Divine Masculine. And I did my first Rise of the God meeting. We had 10 people come. That's awesome for a guy space. We had 10 people come.
Like 2 years ago, there was maybe what, two guys or something?
Yeah.
Two, three guys?
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 years ago, there were no men.
None. Yeah. So we definitely see the movement. We
Yeah.
see the movement, right? And we're present, we're available. But yeah, then to see myself being placed on that particular panel, because they have a lot of different panels. Last year I was on a panel about light beings. This year it's the AI and humanity. But to be the woman in the center of all the men, I thought, oh my
I
gosh.
know. I love it. It was great. That picture is fabulous.
I'm excited. It'll be here before we know it. Jamie's going with me this year, Jamie and
How
Dirk.
fun. She'll love that.
Yeah, she's never been out to LA, so she's going with me and Dirk. And yeah, we're doing a little bit different stay this year. So we're doing a little bit of pleasure along with the fact that we're there for
Good. So you
work.
can stay a little bit
Yeah.
longer?
Well, we're not really going to stay longer, but we're not going to stay at the airport. We're going to stay
Oh,
a little bit north of there, and at a hotel I've always wanted to go to. But Jamie says I shouldn't be telling everywhere. But anyway, she goes, "Keep it private till you get back." I say, "Okay."
we don't want you to announce where you are exactly. North? Okay, got that.
I'll be north of LA. But I'll be at LAX Hilton every day for the events, but I just won't be because usually I stay there or I stay at the hotel next door at the Marriott. And it's really busy. And in your downtime, there's nothing. You're at the airport. So if, it's just, we decided we were going to put some space in for space. And so we're excited about
Ooh,
that.
I love
Yeah.
that. You
Because I
have
usually don't even leave. I go all the way from East Coast to West Coast, and I don't leave. I stay at the hotel the whole time at the airport for 4 days. For 4 days. Like, I don't see any sights. I don't, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, wow, I think I should see something and do something.
you're taking time to do that for yourself.
Yeah, look at me listening to me, right?
Ooh, you're listening and implementing.
Oh, boom, mic drop. Oh, that was good. So yeah, we're excited about that. And I moved to Sedona this year. That was another weird one. Like so many changes in a sense, like I guess new spaces. They're spaces we've been before, but we're just doing them in a new way, I guess. Which I guess is a message in itself, right? Spaces we've been before, but doing them in a new way. So I'm going to do Sedona this year in April. I've never done it in spring.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
I know. know.
Oh, it should be beautiful out there in April. I mean,
Yes.
weather-wise and everything, it should be nice, really
Yeah,
nice.
they say it's like, a total, like it's similar, but there's like temp wise and some of the blooms and stuff are different because
Yeah,
of the
the,
time of
the
year.
blooming should be really interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, so last year we saw the yellow leaves on the aspen trees because we went so late in the year, right? So we were in
Mhm.
fall and early winter. And now this time we're going to go in spring. So that's going to be really cool. I'm very
Oh,
excited.
I love that. It should be beautiful out there.
Yeah. So it'll just be Dirk and I. Jamie's not going to do the Sedona trip because she has some other things she's got on her docket already for that month. But that'll be nice. The two of us will go and host the event and then also have some time alone as well.
Perfect.
So are you going to go back to New Mexico anytime? Like, what an epic trip you had last year.
I know. It
I
was
mean, like, what the heck? Like, I mean, all the components. What were the birds? Like condors or what were the birds you saw?
the California condors.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible.
And those were all young ones. Adult ones, their wingspan could be like 9 feet across. I saw one I follow the National Park News site, and someone had captured a photo of one that it was gigantic.
Oh
It
my
landed and was
gosh.
just kind of standing there preening, you know.
Oh,
But were these were in Glen Canyon, which is kind of the beginning of the north rim of the Grand Canyon in Arizona. And I think at one point there were only like 30 left in the world, and
oh my gosh.
now there's like 330 or something like that. But they're all tagged,
Mm.
so they actually near where we were camping, they have like a hatchery where they capture them,
Mm.
and then they let the eggs hatch in captivity, and then they release the fledglings when they're old enough to fly, but they feed them every day so that they keep coming back, and
Mm.
so that way they can keep track of them. And that was like this ritual that we developed. I was met this woman just like very synchronistically. I won't say accidentally at all, but she was like a little kid. We saw the California condors. And I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I had no idea what she was talking about. She was going on and on and on. Well, then I became that woman after we saw the first ones. Everybody I would met, I'm like, have you gone to see the condors? And they go, what are the contours? I'm like, oh my God, you've got to go see the contours. Anyway, so we like for 2 weeks we would go and we would see there were three that we would see, but not every night. We would go when they were roosting. So we would get to this bridge about 5 o'clock where it was several miles from where we were camping. And every other night we would see these three. Well, so the last time we went, there were like I don't know, something like 8 to 10 of them, and they were all over the place. They were
Oh
like
my
on the
gosh.
cliffs. There were like three that were actually on the cliffs, and there were the ones. Then the other ones were on the bridges, and there's two bridges, and they were flying back and forth in between the bridges. And Frank and I really felt like that was for us.
Mm,
Like
that's so
that, there were
beautiful.
actually quite a few people there. Like there were actually it was really interesting because that day there were also professional photographers there with these big, long, telescopic camera things on the lenses and the tripods. But I had my iPhone, and you could see the numbers tagged, on the
Mm.
wings. But Frank and I were just like it was such a we both really felt like we had designed and aligned that. And so we still had a week left um, before we left that campground, but we never went back. We're like, that was for
Mm.
us.
Yeah.
We designed and aligned that, and we don't need to go back because
Yeah.
we really felt like we had created all of that.
Hmm.
It was very emotional. It was, yeah.
Yeah, it looked incredible just from what you did share with us with the photos. And I think you even shared some video as well of the
Yeah.
bridge and your take on it. And it seemed spiritual.
It was very, for us, it was a very spiritual experience. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. We were like little kids. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they're flying.
Yeah. And what a neat thing to share with each other for both of you to love it and both of you to acknowledge, be available to glean that sacredness. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes you can have a significant other, a partner, a person, a friend, or whatever you're with, and and they can maybe see it to some extent, but it seemed like both of you really valued it, like deeply valued it.
We both did. Frank and I travel very well together, and we were out for over 2 months on the road, and
That was
so
incredible.
we just both slipped into this real timelessness, and we
Mm,
both like shared a lot of spiritual experiences. It was,
that's so beautiful.
and the timelessness, and like we had talked coming to Sedona, like I I don't know, it just like felt such a it was so designed and aligned to be that way.
Yeah, the
We were having
journey.
all these experiences, and then we come to Sedona, and there were so many connections to the places we'd been and the places we were,
Mm.
you know, um, talking about in our classes there and stuff, and it was life changing.
Connectivity with the Sedona space that we held. We've been going to Sedona with destination groups since 2020. That was the first year I went, 2020. And this was the largest group, the most diverse group, men, women, and grounded individuals I felt that we had ever had together. Um,
And then the people that were that had signed up
oh,
for
via the
the
Zoom.
video part of
Yeah,
the
because
Zoom
I
part of
opened it
it,
up to the virtual as well.
and
Yeah, that was
that was
incredible.
amazing. I just
Yeah,
loved it. Really added a whole nother layer
I'm
to.
so grateful because, that was something new and different in a sense. We had kind of done it before, but it's like anything you do. The more you show up and lean in, the better you get. You learn as you go, you expand as you are available to do so.
We
And
were
this
together a month beforehand, or 2 months,
meeting,
a month beforehand. Yeah, each
yeah.
week.
Yeah, we did the whole month of September. Every single week, we had a class together and an energy session in a group format together. And then, or actually the whole month of October, because we went in the end of October, many of us, like I guess there was 12 or 13 in person. And then the rest were online virtually from all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was incredible. Now, what I also found really cool was, and you touched on it, you laid out your trip on your own, no like running it by the group and finding out what we're going to be doing when we're in Sedona and what we're working with in Sedona, because we're always doing grid work. If anybody's wondering what we're talking about, we're always doing grid work in our community. And we even have the monthly Acasma Planet of Light and Healing grid. So anybody who's kind of feeling a resonance with our energy and what we're talking about, that's a way you could connect in with this group and be a part of this group. We work with the Cosmic Quantum Energy. We meet once a month on Zoom. It's a free space that I provide because it is that important for all consciousness. But we do grid work. So every destination event, grid work is being done. Your camping trip down from, I say down because you came from like Utah, right? Down
We
through
came, we came through
prior.
southern Colorado, then cut across the corner of Utah and down into Arizona.
And you slept by, didn't you sleep by the Colorado River or some river by
We were
the
right
Grand
above
Canyon?
it. We could walk down to it.
The Grand Canyon, right?
It's Glen Canyon, but
Glen
it's
Canyon.
right down on the where you walk down onto the beach where the Colorado River flows through the canyon walls. There's a sign that says, "You are entering the north rim of the Grand Canyon." Like we
That
had
is
no
so
idea. We're
cool.
like, what? Oh my gosh.
That is
So yeah.
so cool. Because the grid work we do, have done for years, and did especially this last time in 25 in Sedona, we ran the energy, the grid lines from Bell Rock up through Flagstaff, up through the south rim of the Grand Canyon. We went through the San Francisco peaks prior, then the south rim, and then we went through the north rim, and then we went up into Utah, and then we went over into Montana as well, to these monolithic stones in Montana. But you drove almost the entire grid,
No,
and
I
you
didn't know
slept. You
that at the time. I didn't realize it at the time. Till you mentioned it when we got to Sedona. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, wait.
Yeah. So I mean, there's probably multiple takes on it, and they'd all work because it's that vast. But I really believe it was an incredibly beautiful, sacred, individualized space of you and Frank and your unity. But I also believe there was a layer of it that you somehow, in some way, signed on to be, yes, like these earth guardians and light guides. Yes, embodying anchor points along the way that then when you came down to Sedona and you were with the group when we were on Bell Rock especially, and then we shot the lines up and did the grid work back up, it was back through all the spaces you had been. You put your energy signature there before you came down.
Yeah.
I mean, and if we want to get really cool about it, and this is said with the most respect possible, you would be the elders of the group.
We are the elders of the group.
But like, how cool is that? Like,
Yeah.
who should be the one to come down? Who should come down that row, that grid line? Oh, I'm getting emotional. It's so beautiful.
It really is.
Who should come down that grid line? The elders. And a man and a woman.
All right.
A man and a woman, and all of our work is divine template.
Yeah.
That is so beautiful. I just saw it all. Like I knew about it, like I understood it to a certain degree, but it just landed at a new level.
Years. Yeah, I love that. No, I had not thought about all that either, but I love it. It feels right.
There's probably even more here. We'll pick it up as we go along. It's all energy. We talk about that so much in our community, right? And we teach it in AQE foundations. It's all energy. So the minute we understand a space of ourselves in a new way, which we just did, and I think we did it together. I think we each had a moment just then, right? So we had a collective unity expansion, and then we also had an individualized space of it. Our consciousness just shifted. Our
Agree.
individualized spaces and our unity. How cool is that?
I love it. I love that Frank was all part of it too.
Yes, yes. And my husband was there as well in
Yeah.
Sedona. And that was a whole nother thing as well that I saw so many messages in because he's always the helper. Like,
I think that's just like Frank and me in a way because he was hurt. Dirk was hurt.
yeah, Dirk
You
had,
had to pick up
yeah.
slack and
I
carry
had to
the
do
forward.
things I don't usually do for myself, and I had to do things for the group that I don't usually do. And again, though, that balance point being reset, the experiential space of the reality being experienced, giving the consciousness in its form points opportunity, reset. Here you go. Here's the experiential plane to do it in. It's pretty cool.
Totally cool. Rad. Totally rad.
Well, you've been so good because you've been holding your phone. I know because when we started the conversation, I knew that there was an option of a tripod or whatever you call those things, but you chose to hold your phone, which you're so
So
good. Like Like 1 hour holding your phone. You're so good. So how do we have any time frame for the healing process with this boot and everything? How long do you have to be in it?
I'm not sure. It's
Okay.
been 3 weeks since I did it, and I'm still not bearing weight on it.
Did they tell you to wait a certain amount of time or are you supposed to gauge it yourself?
Supposed to gauge it myself.
Okay.
And whatever I did, trying to do too much, I don't know what I did, but I ended up right back, even a little bit worse than it was when this all started. And so I've had to
Yeah, that's hard
the
because
last
mentally
week has been like a real lesson, just allowing things,
surrendering. Yeah.
surrendering
Hmm.
and let time feel like it stands still sometimes.
Which is interesting because you, prior
I
to
know
the
what you're
heal,
gonna
you were upset about the fact that time wasn't standing still anymore because you were home. And 3 or 4 days later, you're forced to let time stand still.
That's right. That's right. That's
Oh my gosh.
one of the most that was one of my favorite things about the trip was the timelessness of it all. Like we didn't know what day it was a lot of times. We're like, what day is today? It's like, well, I don't know. Like, oh, who
Yeah.
cares? But
Yeah.
yeah, and so and like once we got back, there was just like there was a granddaughter's birthday the day after we got back. Then there was Thanksgiving at my mom's. We drove again 4 days later and then, came back. And then it's just was like one thing after another. Oh, the more we tried to slow down, the faster things seemed to be going. And then boom.
Hmm.
So things have slowed down for me. I think Frank has I don't know, he's taken on so much. I don't know if he's slowed down or not.
Oh, well,
Slowed down enough for both of us.
yeah, these are very specific designs
Yes, very.
and that availability on your part and his part to allow, like you just said, moving into a space of being able to allow because you realize other than that you're fighting yourself in a sense. You know what I mean? And that's the most beneficial alignment you could possibly give yourself, that he could give himself, that you could give yourselves as a connective partnership as well, to trust and allow the space. And then the space can move into more peace or more healing or more balance easier because there's the availability for it. There's no more pushing and pulling with it. Does that make sense in some way? Let me ask you this before we end the space. The call has been so rich in so many ways, but we've talked about Acasma Quantum Energy. I showed you the new book. I'm so excited for it to be here. And the course is at the end of the month. You've done it way more than one time. You've gone through master level and everything. You're a grandmaster day, I believe, which is as far as you can take the teachings themselves. I think I already know your answer, but could you share it with the viewer that may not know your answer? What would this space be like had had it happened to you prior to what you may have learned and activated in yourself by connecting with Acasma quantum energy?
I've actually thought about that quite a bit. And well, we've already talked about the guilt thing. I would have really been beating myself up, like to no end. And I would have felt a lot more frustrated, like on almost every level. If I didn't have an Acasma foundation, I would be a mess. I mean, it really has helped me to just accept, okay, I created this, I designed and aligned this. It's helping to be a lot more accepting. And the whole blame and guilt thing that I would normally pour on myself, which, yes, I got the messages. Yes, I didn't implement them, but, you know, I know I'm not the only person in the world that's not
Yeah,
listening to their messages.
right.
And so it's like it's a really good lesson for me that a lot of the things that we're receiving that we just kind of like, oh, well, that's interesting, or like don't really pay any attention to, we're
Mhm.
constantly sending ourselves
Mhm.
messages. And
Yeah.
I was like, when this happened, like I knew those two messages that I'd given
Mhm.
myself about not wearing those boots and watching out for holes because the leaves, we have like 6 to 8 inches of leaves on the ground here right now. And so you didn't see the hole. But I was aware that there were holes because we see them in the summertime. So, yeah, I think just it's just been so many lessons on so many levels, and every day there's more. So,
Do you feel like you could say there's the ability to find your way back into an alignment of peace and balance? Yes. Find your way into peace and balance, because that's what I realize is I find that I reset faster where I would have
it's just a moment.
stayed. Yes, it's just a moment. I love
I,
that.
I
Yeah.
register the aggravation, and I'm like, it's like, okay, this is aggravation. Like,
Yeah, so you got to do it. That part you just said about hearing the messages but not hearing them, like not doing anything with what we're hearing.
right,
I think that's a really important part of the conversation.
I
I
do
think
too.
that you're bringing us a message. Like every single one of us is hearing this message right now. What we do with it is what's going to be more important, right? Like hearing it's the easy part. Implementation is the choice point that's going to make the difference. And so, what I think the message is here, and again, layered in many facets, but we're not in Kansas anymore. I know you love that reference, but we're not on the same experiential plane. We're not on the same even dimensional alignment that we were in before. Many of us are in a new space of flow. And in that new space of flow, you use these abilities, use them. You don't just think about them as nifty and interesting and cool. I know who gets to say nifty, right? I had to put it in there. We hardly ever get to use that word anymore. But it's like we're in a space where we're asking ourselves to show up a little more. Yes. And utilize these gifts. Really put them into action. You are supernatural. You are highly intuitive. You have an incredible, masterful system at play in your vessel. All humans, organic humans, all have access to this. And we're moving rapidly into a space of existence where it's not optional whether you engage these spaces of you or not. It's part of being the new human. I think that's what your message is bringing home today.
Also, I am perfectly happy like sharing that message with everyone. I'm not embarrassed that I didn't listen. It's just almost comical.
No, I
Kind of
think,
dark comedy almost.
and like one of the points could even be that you said I'll go in and I'll assist the anchor of this, which I call you the anchor all the time for so many other things. So why would it be any different here? And, thank you for being it. Thank you for doing it. Sorry for your hardships, but I know you're a big girl. And at the end of the day, you are great, right? It's all good. But part of this may even be bringing this type of thing to people's attention that are ready to hear it. Communities like ours are ready to hear it. We're walking in a space of ourselves where we're looking for this kind of information, we're listening for it, and we're available to it. And so part of it could even be that
Yeah, I
to
took one for the team.
so everyone watching this, show some love. Put a little note below the video for beautiful Quantum Kate, Janet Kate, for bringing us this incredibly powerful message to listen. Listen to your inner knowing. Don't come from fear. Don't worry. Trust yourself and allow. Those are our go-to mantras, and they make sense, right?
I am going to, this is all going to be back to normal. you know.
Yes, yes, yes. It's a space. You're
It's great.
navigating a space. It's an experience. It's a space. It doesn't define you, you define it.
Yeah.
And we'll both go. That's all we got to say about that. Wiki, 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 wiki. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. You've been amazing. You've been above and beyond.
Oh,
Thank you
and
for spending my birthday with me.
happy birthday. Do you have big plans for later
I,
on?
I am going to dinner with Dirk. I told everybody in the Patreon community about this already, but I think you were there. This is the first time he ever made the reservations himself. Yeah, never. I always set everything up and make sure it's all lined up and ready for us. And he was like, "No, I'm doing it. I already took care of this." And
Oh,
it's
sure.
yeah, I know, but that's that divine feminine and divine masculine moving, right? I mean, like,
Congratulations.
yeah. So we're going to a
Tell him
new
I said
restaurant.
score, Dirk.
Okay. I'll let him know. I'll let him know. Yeah. So I'm excited. He'll be home in a little bit. I'm going to go get ready and we'll go
Oh,
out. Just the two
boy.
of us. Just he and I. So it's going to be nice.
Have a lovely evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So exciting.
All right, so we're going to say thank you to all the viewers as well that joined us for this conversation. And huge shout out to the beacons. I know you love your beautiful Quantum Kate, your beautiful leader of light.
I
Um,
love you, beacons of love. Thank you for all of your support and your love.
and I know they all send it. They all send it because they love you so much. Thank you for your leadership there and your unwavering presence. It's been truly an anchor of this sacred space of us that we're engaging. And so, very, very grateful to you. Thank you to the viewers. Please, if you loved this space, if you resonated with what we're talking about here, take into consideration the community. That's what it's here for. Take into consideration the Acasma Planet of Light and Healing Grid. All of the information is below the video, easy access links. You can find your way to the spaces we've been talking about. And we'll do this again. I'm pretty sure this is going to be second guest ever on the AwakenPod, but I see the AwakenPod turning into just it makes sense. The awakened pod, we're the pods of light and you're a leader of light of one of the pods. I was like, oh, let me get you over on the awakened pod. So we'll put a clip of this on AL Original and then we'll put the whole thing over there on awakened pod. So thank you for.
I love how you're expanding.
I'm always doing something.
Oh, I mean, it's fabulous. It's like you are meant for this.
Oh, I
You
love
are
it.
the designer and the aligner. The
I love
queen.
my designs. I love them. And even when they don't always, like if there's something that comes in that's not exactly like I thought it would look, I'm doing like you and I'm remaining available to trust it's taking me exactly where I need to go. And I think at the end of the day, that's a win-win. Yes. To be able to say, I know I'm going exactly where I need to go. So we'll lay it at their feet. We'll lay it at your feet, all of our beautiful viewers, connection, community, however you're finding this space. Will you give my love to Frank
I will.
and give a pat
Give
to
my
Nova
love to,
Venus?
I will, and give my love to Dirk. Tell him good job on the birthday.
Expansion of consciousness and all
Yeah,
its ways in which it's flowing. It's
yeah.
really cool. Really cool.
Masculine and feminine, the dance.
Yeah. The dance. All right, Holy One. I'll see you in all the spaces of us. I love you.
Love you so much. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
While we've been talking, I've seen one pop-up window after another of people wishing you happy birthday in
Oh.
Discord.
Oh, I can't wait to read them all. It's so it
It's
just
very
feels
sweet. Yeah,
so much love, so much love. I'm so grateful. Truly am. Each and every individual in the community. Very grateful.
a wonderful community
Yeah.
full of love.
All right. I'll see you in the next space of us. I love you.
I love you. Later.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.